Okay.
I think it has to. All right, we got to do it this way tonight.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Oh, apparently I started it one way, and okay, we're figure this out here, guys.
We're trying it tonight with another device, Vicky's iPhone. So that's why the screen is straight up and down. So I know everybody likes the screen better sideways.
Like it this way, actually. It's easier for me to answer, see all the questions, and anyway.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, as far as posting it on YouTube, it ends up being skinny and tall. So
this time it's going to be skinny and tall.
Okay. Well, those of you that want to comment on this because it's skinny and tall,
don't
send your replies to Vicky. Anyway, or if you send them to me, I'll just forward them to Vicky. Anyway, it is Monday night, the 25th, Memorial Day. So, in honor of Memorial Day, for all of those that fought for us and have fallen, we salute and just want to say that right off the outset. I'm actually wearing this hat. And it's kind of a funny story about this hat. This hat was given to me by a gentleman, George. I'll just call him George. That is a 17-year Marine. A 30-year Marine, 17 years in Special Forces. And he sent this hat to me, so it means a tremendous amount to me. And he called me about a month after he sent it, and he says, "Have you been wearing the hat?" And I said, I feel really bad. I never served, and I just feel like I don't deserve to wear something like this. And he said, if anybody says anything, you tell them to come talk to me because you have my permission to wear it. So from that point on, it was like, all right, I got George's permission. You can't get better than that. So anyway, just again, a huge, it's such a somber day remembering all of those that have paid the ultimate price for our freedoms. It's really means a lot. So anyway, let's get into this.
You want to know who's here?
Yeah, please.
All right, let's see. Sam Ikes, Danny Meadows, Brad and Diana. Hi,
Hey, Brad and Diana. Hey, guys.
Yes, we are actually awake.
Yeah.
Josh Tolson says hi. Paul
Hey,
Simons,
Josh.
Dan Yotis, John Diekman.
Cool.
Tessa,
Hey, John. Hey,
Mike
Tessa.
Kuhn, Michael Elliott.
Michael Elliott.
Katie Wynn, Don Owens, Henry Satterfield.
Don Owens, I think he's going to show up in the Sign Carvers of the Day today.
Andy Littleton. Hi, Andy.
Hey,
Tessa
Andy.
says happy Memorial Day. Richard Barclay.
Cool. We got a nice group.
Dave Rossiter. Rossiter?
Thank you so much, guys,
Brad says, good morning from Australia, you guys. Yep, we are actually out of bed.
Fantastic. So Michael Elliott, I know you mentioned Michael Elliott. Michael Elliott, I saw a video that I can't remember whether you posted it or somebody else did about a flag that you made, and it was amazing. And it was a gift for an older gentleman, obviously a veteran. It was really cool. It was a great video. Anyway, especially the reaction from the wife. Huh?
Tom Watson is watching.
Hey, Tom.
Gary Litchfield, David Kearns, Tom Toten.
Great group.
Frank Snyder, Tim. I know you told me how to say your last name, Tim. Forsich.
Yeah, P-F.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce that?
He spelled it out for me one time. And
Did
I
he?
can't remember, yeah. So anyway, Kevin Anderson. Okay.
How's the sound and picture, guys?
Fine.
Everything's good?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. All right.
Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie Littleton. Mm-hmm. Hey, Steph. All right. So I want to go. Forsick.
I know you spelled it for me before. I forgot.
Forsick?
Forsick.
So the P is silent
Yeah.
then. Excellent. Okay. We'll try and remember that. So I got an email from Tessa, who is here, I think a couple days ago, and she was having an issue, and she sent me a couple pictures. I printed one of them out, and I don't know, I'm hoping it will show up.
Just bear with me here.
So
see if I can not drop this thing.
So she said, "Hi Eric, not sure if you can tell by the pictures, but I put a circle around it. My profile bit did this, and I never had that happen before. Why is that? And do you have any idea? Because it's a freshly sharpened router bit." So this is one that I had just sharpened for her. So I got on the phone with Tessa today, actually, and we talked about this. And I have kind of a guess of why I think it happened. And I don't know that I've ever talked about this on camera, but every once in a while, and the thing, Tessa and I went over some details, and it didn't, after that particular notch that it made in the side of the A, it didn't do it beyond that. The rest of the sign, it carved great, no problems at all. And there doesn't seem to be a knot right there where it happened. So I thought she had maybe nicked it with a 90 degree or something, because it kind of looked like that. But she used nothing but the profile bit on it, so that eliminated that. So what I think happened was, I'm going to show you a little bit and try and describe this. Let's say, for instance, you're carving along. It's just a piece of scrap, obviously. You're carving along, and you're over here. The sawdust is flying, and somehow you get, and especially on this particular, wow, my nose really itches. On this particular board, you can see that there's some big chunks gone. It may have some extra moisture in there or something, but it doesn't look like it's a real clean cut. So once in a while, what will happen is you'll be carving along, and where this base is, you'll get a piece of sawdust or a little chunk that may get caught there and cause your router to go off. And I've talked about this, go offline, that is. I've talked about this, that's one of the reasons that I stay inside the line, and I kind of work my way over to it sometimes. Not all the time, but a lot of the time I do, because you never can tell when something might catch. Like here, you might have an issue with, when you're carving over here, if that little knot hole, if that thing protruded and caught on the base, you might have an issue with your line. So my hunch is that's what happened on here. And after talking to Tessa about it, and this really looks like a piece of the cedar fencing, which sometimes it can get kind of wonky as far as having a cup to it or a little bit of a warp. So my hunch is something impeded the smooth riding of the base. That's what I think happened, rather than it was the bit. I don't think it was the bit, because beyond that, the bit was fine. So my hunch is something got caught up on the base. So was there a question or something?
No, Tessa just says if you're going to sneeze, pick up the router.
Yes, and she also said she sneezed while she was routing. That was another issue why she was.
It was a pallet board.
It was a pallet board. Oh, okay. Well, then that even brings up more possibilities, because with pallets, every once in a while with pallets, there'll be a little rock or a little piece of gravel in there that you might not see. And especially once you've done the layout on it, then it's covered up with black. So you might not see a little piece of gravel, and it doesn't take much. If that base doesn't slide perfectly smooth across there, and there's one little tiny piece of gravel, that could throw it off. So that might be an issue as well. But I'm sure it has something to do with the base plate impeding the smooth riding on the board. Anyway, that would be my guess, just by looking at the pictures and by the description from Tessa.
Frank is here.
Hey, Frank. Anybody do some fishing this weekend? Did you say Perry Sidens was here? Because I saw a picture of him on Facebook. Caught a big old sunfish or bluegill. Huh?
Simons.
Sidens?
Simons.
Oh, okay. Then that's different person. All right. So, second question. And this isn't really a question. This is just kind of a tip, you guys. And again, something I don't think I've ever shared. This is the sign that I packaged on Saturday. You guys saw the final video on this morning, and I packaged it on Saturday. Something that I do almost always when I get an order. This gentleman ordered this sign for me a couple weeks ago, and when I got the order, he paid for it, and the order was in process. I told him that I would keep him updated on the progress of the sign. So it's I learned it a long time. There's a little trick that I learned. It's not a trick. It's a kind of a strategy, I guess, that I learned a long time ago. And the gentleman was a marketing specialist and a sales coach, actually. He's a good friend of mine. And he said, when you sell something, do you do GNUs? And I go, what? He goes, GNUs, like the letter G, the letter N, the letter U. And I go, I don't even know what that is. He says, that stands for Good News Updates. He said, if you will just take a little extra time when you get an order from somebody, and it's a psychological fact that based on what he told me, that people love to hear good news, and they dread hearing bad news. So he did something on a regular basis for his clients, and he would call them GNUs. So I kind of had adopted that years and years ago, that when I get an order from somebody, if it's going to be a week out or 2 weeks out, number one, I will try and always beat the date that I've told him that I'll ship it. And I pad that by a day or two, even when I give him that date. Tell him it's going to be 10 days, and I try to get it done in a week. And I make a note on there. But in the meantime, periodically, I will send him an email just saying, hey, Dave, just wanted to let you know everything's going good on your sign. It's turning out great, whatever process I'm in. And if you do that just psychologically, it just does something that makes them feel good about you, that you've took that little extra time just to throw them an email, not just when you shipped it, but before you shipped it, to let them know everything is going great. Because when we get an email from somebody that we've done business with or we're doing business with, when we see that email, automatically our mind goes to the negative side, and we expect that it's going to be bad news, because otherwise, why would they be contacting us? Now, obviously, if something does go wrong, you have to tell them that too. But if you give them some GNUs on the way up to that, and then something goes wrong, at least at that point, you've already kind of put that in their mind that you're doing the best you can, and something just happened, but you've given them good news updates until that point. I'm not saying do it every day or every other day. I'm just saying in the week, or about a week and a half it took me to get this sign done and shipped, I sent him 2 separate emails that say, hey, Ken, I think was his name, Ken, it was about 5 days after the order. Just want to let you know I've started the process on it. Everything is going fine so far. Skip. Hey, Skip. And then the day before I finished it, before I had planned on having it packed and shipped, I sent him another email. I said, hey, Ken, everything's going good. I got it all done. I just put the last coat of finish on. Looks like I'm going to be able to ship that tomorrow or the next day. Just wanted to keep you updated and let you know. They always get back to me with a super positive message. And then, of course, the day that it ships, hey, Ken, just let you know, I got it out the door today. Everything's good. You should have it in a few days. It's something simple, but it really goes a long ways, guys. Just that one little simple, I don't know. I don't want
courtesy. It's a courtesy.
Yeah, I don't want to call it a tactic. I just want to say, I think that's right. It's a courtesy.
So Frank says, didn't know was sending out GNUs to my customers. I always send them progress updates with pictures and videos.
There you go. That's exactly right. And obviously Frank has been around the block and knows how that stuff works. I've always called them GNUs, but that it just goes a long, long way. Again, you don't have to do it every day, but people love to hear good news. So it's just something I've done for a long time. I thought I would pass on to you guys. And when they get that sign and they're happy with that sign, you can bet that they're going to pass the word. They're going to let everybody know that you were, very communications friendly. In fact, I got an email today from those big, I don't know if you remember those Winola signs that I did. I did 2 of them, sent them over to San Diego. I got an email from Coco. She was a lady that ordered them for a housing development over there. She sent me a nice email this morning with some nice pictures of them mounted. I'll show you guys. Maybe I'll show you guys tomorrow. But the communication between her and I was terrific all the way through the process, and it just makes for a great experience for them and for you, and it leads to more business. So just thought I'd pass that on. So good for you, Frank. There's no wonder you're being successful down there and repeat business.
Kevin, I can't get those mints anymore. I can't find them. They won't send any more out. So now we're sending Starbursts.
Which mints?
Kevin Anderson says, I love the mints you send with your orders.
Now, were those the ones that melt in your mouth, or were those the ones with the flag on the...
Well, they both were supposed to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we lost our source for those?
I think they came from China.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Well, maybe Starburst does too. We've been sending out Starburst lately, and they pack a little bit better. They're a little bit flatter.
They don't melt.
Yeah, they're a little bit flatter. So that is it for the 2 subjects that I want to cover. If we have any questions, anything I can answer?
Send Skittles, Danny Meadows.
Send Skittles.
Yeah, 1 each.
1 Skittle per.
Oh, Kevin said the flag ones. Yeah, I think they came from China because I ordered them on Amazon. But I think they came from that International Imports. No, what's that? What's the International Express magazine? But I actually ordered them from Amazon, so I can't get them now.
Yeah, there you go. But it had the American flag on it. It came from China. Yeah. There's a lot of people that are turned off about buying stuff from China. I think, anyway, I won't get political.
Yeah, let's not go there.
I won't get political, but I think you guys could probably know where I was going with that. All right, sign carvers of the day. We got some really good ones. Bert Graham.
Hold on.
Okay, well, I didn't know where you want it.
Right there.
So this, Bert made this for the nurses that took care of Sharon. In case you don't remember, Bert and Sharon were here for our class this last October, and just an amazing couple. We had so much fun with them. Frank knows. And Sharon actually had to have 3 major hip surgeries, and the nurses just were amazing with her.
She took a tumble down the stairs.
Yeah, had to have 3 hip surgeries. She's on the mend now, but anyway, so Bert made this for the nurses. Terrific. Okay, next. This one is cool. D. Ginkle.
Get on there. My uncle was a CB.
Yes, he was. He's passed now, but he was definitely a CB.
Very cool.
And that's a really cool logo. This is D. Ginkle,
She's
yeah.
Here.
This is a 12-inch round, and this was a Christmas gift for her brother-in-law, who was a CB in Vietnam.
Yeah.
So
And
amazing. D, you did an amazing job. That is so cool. I have carved that logo before, but I don't think I did it as good as you did. That is just amazing. Great job, D. Beautiful. Beautiful. Donald Spicer.
Hold it over that way just a little, not that far. Yeah. If you can just hold it right there, then I don't have to try and zoom.
Okay.
What is a CB?
A CB, well, D can answer that, but a CB is a division. Well, it's part of the Navy, but they're a construction outfit, and they build stuff. But they're fighting. They're a fighting Navy, but they build things. They build things, and they. I don't know. D could probably tell you more. I'm sure there's many people on here that could give you a better description than I.
Josh Wilson just says a branch of the Navy that's a construction battalion.
Yeah, Yeah, they're amazing. They do amazing stuff. So, Donald Spicer, this is his. You can't tell from this picture. It's really hard to tell, but this is a waving flag that he did power carving. So he actually used, I'm sure, a die grinder and a disc grinder. And if you look, if
try that one.
yeah, but it looks really cool. The picture doesn't do it justice. I'm sure of that. Great job,
He
Donald.
said, thanks. Very fun to do. Learned it all from you guys.
Donald?
Dan.
Oh, Dan. D. Okay.
Josh Tolson says his brother was a CD.
Yeah, it's a great group.
Okay, we're upside down, or
Ooh. Well, not really. It's a growth chart. So it's straight up. But it's kind of it's 6 foot high. So it's kind of a tough picture to take a picture of.
those are real popular.
They're very popular. So this is actually his first time using resin, purple fill and a clear flood coat over the top. Great job, Charlie. Charlie Wooster. Beautiful. I love it. And last, Don Owens. So this is a collage of his. So these are some signs that he's done over the last 6 months, actually. And he sells through a coffee house. And he does these saying signs for $25. And then the bottom one was for him, obviously, a 24-inch round. And that's the shape of South Carolina, I believe. So, terrific job, Don. Way to put that into a collage. So, some great sign carvers of the day, you guys. So, I hope these guys, these sign carvers of the day, if you don't know where to find all those, there's at least a couple thousand of them over on the Facebook page. But you need to go to Dave's Signs and go to the photos in Dave's Signs and then the albums, and you'll see, I think, 4 different SCOTD albums in there. And again, there's got to be at least a couple thousand. So, again, guys, we just hit 37,000 subscribers on YouTube.
7,065 this morning.
Yeah. So we want to, just thank you guys so much for all of the support and everything that you guys do. The buying stuff from us on the website, sales lately have been tremendous, and we so appreciate you. And we're going to keep doing what we do. We've got Wednesday, you'll see a kind of a cool video. I think we filmed it today, and I think a new project on Wednesday. And I think you guys will really like it. And then a big announcement on Friday. But in the meantime, we'll be doing, 3 more of these before Friday. And on Friday, we will not be using the iPad again. That didn't work out too well.
We're done with that again.
We
could do it. But
yeah, I don't know. The iPad, just for whatever reason, it doesn't have the capacity that these iPhones
Frank
do.
says, I think I'm number 259. Thank you, Dan. Dan says you guys rock.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks, everybody. We love you, and we so appreciate you. And again, we've got a few hours left of Memorial Day. Let's remember those who did it all for us.
Allowed us to be able to do what we do.
Yeah, it is quite a day. I've seen all kinds of stuff on the internet. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. Keep those questions coming. Keep sending me the sign carvers of the day, and I will share them for you. And we'll have a couple more questions tomorrow night, and we'll talk about some other stuff, I'm sure. Anyway, have a great night, guys. Thanks.
Bye, guys.
We love you.